Yeah, and I would say before going too much further, spending too much time on the bricks, we probably need to talk to people at the city because if there's a water main break and we have to come in and tear that out, we're not putting those bricks. We're not pulling them out individually.
Started though.
Yeah.
He did do a decent amount of the legwork. So they basically said that they would approve the project, but needed to figure out, like, again, details on who was putting it in, those types of things. But it was started probably 2 years ago.
And the idea on that would be, we would set money aside for
To replace them.
So we're trying to basically, again, copy paste. So like Altoona has one, Menominee has it at the Veterans Memorial downtown, so you can buy bricks. That's where we found this company because downtown and the community foundation do it together. And, they basically sell you the bricks for like $20. If they ever break or repair, they can replace it for $20. So like the ones at the Veteran Memorial, we sell them for $200. And that way you can set $40 of that aside in an account that if you can replace them twice. So if something were ever to happen, it's not a big deal. And get it into the structure just kind of written out. But that company, what is it? It's like memorialbricks.com or whatever.
Yeah.
They're out of Milwaukee. They like have the entire thing like written out, planned out, should work
Like the
right with
program.
any municipality. The only thing you have to find is a local bricklayer and make sure that whatever bricks they choose are good with city engineering. And they kind of do the rest, which is kind of why I thought, oh, this is perfect. These people do all the work for us.
I'll reach out to
But
Jake
then
and,
it just stopped once we got that sample.
yeah, I'll reach out to Jake and see, what's been done city wise. What conversations so that we kind of know where we're at and what conversations need to happen if you guys do absolutely want to move forward with it.
I think it'd be a great one to move, like, I think it would be cool down here. And I know everybody on the board has supported it when we
Yeah.
talked about it. But it's a matter of, getting that sample approved by engineering and planning, whoever needs to look at that. And from there, we just tell that company, like, we're good to go.
I was gonna say something about, I spoke to the university, I spoke to Jane Larson, who had a Long Eye stuff. She's the one who wants to bring back to Water Street, talk about the brick program. She thinks it's an excellent idea. The university is interested in collaborating on, similar to what Kim Way has said, kind of collaborating on advertising, sale of them, promotion of them, if that, they're going to be. So they have an interest in seeing it happen for those reasons, for when alum come back or family weekends or whatever. Joe can't make it. Jake, I texted, I doubt he can make it. Rafi, Josie, I called, she didn't answer. I'm pretty sure you are not gonna have anyone else.
Josie emailed, she wasn't gonna be.
Okay.
So just on that, something my admin, when I was on Hawk did like a week before, she'd send an email out to bid Hawk members, even though they know when the meeting is and everything. And I'm not necessarily one who feels I need to hold people's hand. She would send it out and be like, hey, can you confirm if you're gonna be here? There's a couple that never did, but it always gave us an idea of, what we were going into. And I typically wouldn't cancel. Some people do. Oh, no quorum, we cancel. If there are things to talk about, but that way you guys know ahead of time what's hopefully going on. So, we can see about doing that if you guys want. It might be just a good habit to get into. Or just seems a perfect storm today, because same with North Barstow and,
Yeah, I don't know, it's just I'm not used to nobody showing up.
Well,
Another thing.
I thought you guys had originally decided to do every other month. So I'm wondering if, that would be
No.
enough for you to get.
Last week, Douglas.
Or you changed it back to.
We just skipped the 1 month for Christmas because it was chaos.
Oh,
And it was like the short between Thanksgiving and Christmas, for
Sure.
like 3 weeks. It's insanity, and I didn't get the agenda over, and we are just like, no, we
Yeah.
can meet, let's skip this one.
And there was conversation about when the committees get started of maybe going quarterly, but
And yeah, 'cause I think ideally, like, if we get,
Yeah.
like we're saying with the bylaws, we could meet a full board quarterly, as long as the exec committee
Yeah, if
and
we had
or
another-
specific committees, that if we have an event going, then it's like 3 or 4 meetings. And then at those quarterly board meetings, you delegate authority. So if we're gonna do the cookout event, you delegate that authority to spend that money. And then the full board doesn't need to meet other than for like, what are these committees on these specific projects doing? Yeah. Basically how any like successful organization. That's like, get it?
all right, so do we want to start going through what we can? Yeah, so we can't do minutes, not really anything to talk about, can't do financials, not really anything to talk about. I don't know where Earthbound is, they were told, and
No,
we even told them, I even told them we'll put you first on the agenda so that you not sitting here.
I've got an phone update. I talked to Zach, they're busy as heck, that's probably why I'm sitting around, but, he did say that you guys can reduce down to 10, that shouldn't be a problem, but he said your current issue is that the liners you have in the frames of the cans are smaller than like a traditional garbage can, and so they actually fill up faster. So he said if you reduced 9 of them to get down to 10, he would suggest purchasing liners that
bigger bags.
Hmm.
The gist of this, bigger bags.
basically, well, he said if you reduced to 10, you probably wouldn't see much of like garbage buildup for that reason. So easily can reduce down to 9, that's gonna be the same price as picking up a can normally or whatever. And then he said that the cans that you should consider removing first are farthest to the west. And then come this way, he said these are the ones basically from like third towards the university, those are the ones that are most filled.
And I would just suggest maybe leaving one down there because being, they pay in and it's supposed to
Yeah, I
just,
think you should-
just for that, yeah. Improvements should be through the whole district, so that might just,
I
so,
mean,
yeah.
again, none of this conversation really matters to us, but I think I agree with kind of what was said last time too, like if we have like a reasonable amount. I think it's the tenants upstairs that
Yeah.
are filling these garbage cans up, and that's not what it's for. And if they're not a garbage can, they're gonna go behind and just throw it in one of our dumpsters back here anyways. And I'd rather have them throw it in my dumpster that
Okay.
gets picked up twice a week. I don't care, like it is, as long as they're not piling mattresses and junk out there. Rather than have garbage on the street. But, and we can't, like I said last time. Can't spend half our budget.
You just need to reduce your budget. Because we do a lot of
We need
good
to.
shit.
Well, and it was about the same you spent last year.
Yeah, it was only a little bit higher,
Yeah.
last year, but
What do you, yeah,
you guys are really low on your mill rate comparatively to other, like throughout Pulte. Not that that's music big, I know John does that for a reason, but yeah, if you expanded, you'd still have more dollars coming in, but a net reasonable rate.
it's like.
but you'd be spending money in a
it's like the
much
dollar
bigger
store. It's
area
like, okay,
too.
We need to figure out how to spend the
You really need
$8,000
like
we
a
have
new,
left over we currently spend before, like, throwing money on a problem. Is that gonna solve it? Maybe,
Yep.
but
well, leadership matters too, obviously. You guys need a few more bid members that are ready to activate. I think that would help. And with you leaving, you're gonna lose any momentum you have.
I'm sticking around here for now.
Oh, unless you're.
I'll stick around, but I can't do everything. I'm not just going
Yeah.
for one meeting a month.
Yeah.
I need to be like advisor, not
Yeah.
in charge.
Um,
I'm never here. I'm here like once every other week and I'm in Menominee all the time.
Back to the agenda, did you want to talk about anything more on the trash? No, all right, Hooked, I don't know where Hooked is. We told them we'd put them on this one, so I'm not sure what happened there, so Yes, nothing.
What was their, like, what were they even here for? Do you
They're a marketing company, so I think was it Jed's wife and wanted to invite them? And somehow that didn't, I think that's what Jed said, and they didn't communicate that, so that's why they weren't on the agenda. And so we told them we'd put them on this month, and
If I had to guess, I would say they probably didn't come because they probably heard us sell,
They didn't know me.
the sculpture tour, that's $7,500 would be half of our budget, and then it's like, okay, what are you guys?
yeah,
We have 16,000, like, this isn't a big organization, this is like a couple people, 16
they
grand.
probably
to
thought,
spend.
oh, they said they're not spending money, no sense us going back and
right.
spend the time. That might be. Okay, Water Street bid decky representative election. Yeah,
It's gonna be Jed, he came to that decking meeting, he was gonna come yesterday, but his kid's sick and his
Yeah.
wife's out of town, so he's home alone, so it will be Jed. We just gotta vote him on.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
formally acknowledge him, you guys, but that's Becky.
so, well, he'll have to be voted before that, but like if he comes representing you next time, just to, but until
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
Dave.
vote him on, I don't know that he's official.
Becky doesn't have requirements
They
of
won't.
it, it's just professional and fill the seat, so. we
Okay.
just,
And if the
basically
bid does it, then does it even need a vote?
Probably just
I don't
more of an acknowledgement. I
For
think.
formality, I think it's warrants a vote, but I
Okay.
don't know if it needs a vote or not, or if it matters. It's just somebody there, somebody at decking needs to be representing this bid.
Just
You're right,
formalizing
you
who it
need a
is.
vote from us. I feel like
Why?
probably any of us could show up, and as long as Decky says you're on the board and you're on the Water Street. rep.
Yeah, we talked about it at exec level at Jackie and Emily said just an acknowledgement, basically to swap out when it happened.
Yeah.
Cause at that time we were thinking that last meeting was gonna be your last one. And that's what she said, that we'll just acknowledge them at the next.
Okay.
Homecoming parade letter of support. Any conversation on that?
Well, they wanna have the homecoming parade down here again. I personally think that's a great thing. I'd like to have the rest of the business owners input on it. Before we write a letter of support, but
Yeah, so
when do they need something?
they wanna get in ahead of the city the sooner than later, because they figure there's gonna be kind of a lot of back and forth. So they're starting the application for the special event now, but they wanted to submit alongside that, because I do believe they requested that. A letter of support from you guys if you don't you.
I mean,
So they
I,
live on Water Street or?
They want to again. So they used to, have you been around long enough?
Well, I used to live down here and I hated having the parade done, but that's a whole different topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So- Another option might be, so the board has to vote if it's gonna be a letter from the bid, but each business could also write a letter of support.
and that's
So
what I
that
said,
might
I
be a
could
way
write
to
them
go
something that
forward.
says like, hey, I support this. I plan on bringing it to the bid. We'll vote on it next month.
I would-
Formal letter, like.
I
write
would-
something
I would
that-
just
basically
stick
like
to your
send
business
letters of
part.
intent, Like,
Yeah.
hey, as a business owner and a bid board member, I support this and we'll bring this to our
You-
board
you-
for discussion.
You can't speak for the bid unless they voted for it in that way. So I would just do it as your business, and then if the bid votes, but maybe talk to some other business owners and
I could
say,
say like, I'm gonna bring it up to the rest of the board. That's
You
not saying.
yeah, I
that's
would
not
just.
saying I'm
I would just be careful that you're not representing that the board supports it. That's all I would say,
Yeah.
because, that could create issues. Just cautioning you that,
You need to caution me, but I'm good.
all right, anything else on that?
No,
Water Street bid operating agreement bylaws and mission discussion. If I
you
can,
need to.
add to that, based on, feedback from you, other bid members and stuff. Dave's on vacation this week. When he gets back, the plan is in February to set up a meeting with the bid chairs. It will be an open meeting. I don't know if you want to be the representative. You could still come to the meeting, but we'll reach out to the chairs. And then work on a overall general bid one, and then after that's all figured out, go to the individual bids and do another page or two specific to like their committees, their, you know, stuff.
You said sometime February this year. Do you guys have any idea?
I'll talk to him next week, and we'll reach out to the chairs. If you can talk with John and see if he's okay with you being the representative, the main representative
He
for,
calls me.
for Water Street, and
Yes.
send me an email copying him. We can work on, because we'll work on a schedule with the 4 bid chairs and then make it an open meeting. So just, if you want to have that conversation and shoot me something copying him, so I know to make sure we're connecting with you on schedule. But yeah, the plan is to do that part in February, so that the next bid meetings after that we can work on the individual bid parts, as long as we're in agreement with the main part. So just an update on that. Dave's back next week, so we'll talk to him about getting that going.
And that'll probably be good to, cause like I wanted to set up something for just our board, like a like almost like a committee meeting, like a work session or something. It's not a formal board meeting. Like get everybody to sit down with just one thing, not talk whatever we work on that. But it would probably better go to this first.
Yep.
Because like I keep trying to say, like, it's way too complicated if all 4 bids have separate agreements and separate, like 4 separate entities all operating differently. Part of why it's so convoluted as it is. And we should all have the same structure with slightly different things that we do, but the structure should be the same.
But that'll be up to each bid. So, but
Right.
I think that conversation amongst the 4 chairs, or chair representative would make sense to try and bring that together as much as possible.
Good, yeah, I made it up to, I'll email John, send you a response, it says I'm representing this.
Other conversation on that?
No. I mean, just, yeah.
Would now be an appropriate time to bring up the resolution that's gonna be on the council agenda Monday?
I don't know that it's on the agenda, but I can bring it up in a city update.
Sure, Kate just texted me saying that it will happen. I just need to be able to let people know.
Okay. I'll bring it up in the update if that makes sense of a place to put it. Water Street bid point of contact discussion. So,
Just keep doing what we're doing for now.
yeah, and Aaron shared your phone number, so that way if it is something that, you
Yeah,
know,
if you have
is kind of
something,
time
call me,
sensitive, I
text
can,
me.
yeah. Cause I was
Today,
gonna,
you called, I was standing on a ladder,
yeah.
trying to put a board up, and then I saw your text, so.
Well, and that was my goal today anyhow, once we defined who the main contact should be, me being like, hey, can I get your number so I can text you if needed? So,
Long term, it should not be me, but if I don't respond to an email, it's because I haven't looked at any of them in a couple days, except for a lot of times I look and I know what ones are pertinent to work. And then go through the rest on Monday morning or whatever day I get an hour, so.
Yep.
If something's really important, call me, shoot me a text. Shoot me a text, I'll for sure respond.
yep, I get it. I'm the same depending on if it's family, work, or friends. It's like, no, you know, you're supposed to do this or I'm never gonna get back to you. And
And now there's the problem with communication, because it's like, oh, people are gonna try to send me a Facebook message and an email and a text message and whatever other crazy social media they have. And I'm like, it's a full-time job just to keep up on my messages.
Yep.
You don't even
Yep.
see anyone.
No, I don't even know how to DM someone on Instagram.
We can teach you.
So for now, I'll just, send stuff to you and John, and if I don't get a response and I need one, or we need one
Text
right
me.
away, we'll text you,
I don't think
and
John
say,
answers. I don't even think
He-
John looks at his emails. Somebody else looks at John's emails.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, sometimes he'll respond, but it's always to stuff that really didn't need a immediate response.
I think he has an assistant that looks through his emails and he only sees what is forwarded to whatever his secret personal email is.
So,
Which-
makes sense.
If I were him, I'd do the same.
Yeah. All right, moving right along. Anything else on that at this point? And do you want us, should we add it to the next agenda for more discussion
Yeah.
next time? So, Decky update.
Okay, so most exciting thing, we have our annual awards event coming up. You already know about this, maybe you don't.
No, big Chelsea, I know.
Please come. So it's the annual awards event that also serves as our annual meeting. But it's kind of like a fun twist on a typical awards event. So it's not all serious. We call it the Duckies, and winners get squeaky rubber ducks as their trophy for something weird that pokes fun at all the fun stuff we do downtown. So that's March 6th, a Thursday. Tickets are early bird rate right now, till the 9th. If you can make it. that'd be
Remind me after I have a question on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for you. Okay.
Yeah, and then, so those tickets are up, it's gonna be fun, it will be down at the Lismore. The bids each get a moment to, where they're recognized, because it's one of the things that we work with, and it goes along with our mission, so a lot of you will have a moment.
Jed's gonna have to be.
It's really supposed to be the bid chair.
But I think Jed should do it.
You can have Jen do it, it could be the Ducky rep, I guess. it just
I'll
be-
talk with Jed.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do this.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, plan something. Last year, Water Street was awarded a Happy Eaten Cookie because you guys are the ugly stepchild of the bid. Just kidding, it was a joke. Jeff took it and he ate the cookie. We had our mix and mingle event down at, the Rev last Wednesday. It was super successful. We had about 50 people there, 50 or more actually. A lot of business owners, we were asking about Decky membership, kind of what the value is in membership, and also just kind of brainstorming creatively about what downtown initiatives, programs, promotions should be. What's your wildest dream for downtown? Can we make it happen, kind of thing. So it's really great. We're gonna do one of them a quarter. Our next one will be at Menominee Markets event space in their upper level.
Did you go to the one, Missouri Pioneer? Were you there?
No, it's hard for me to come to stuff during the week because I don't actually live in Eau Claire. And my kids go to school not in Eau Claire, so it's hard for me
Yeah.
to figure out.
Yeah.
They're worth going to.
Yeah, they are. We always do like networking, fun environment, then we have a special topic of consideration and then back to the networking. So that was good. Other than that, just things to think about coming up. Eau Claire not been scheduled for third weekend in April again, so Water Street will, I feel like again, Water Street or Jeff will be. Yeah, we needed one of the bid board directors down here will provide a tent, like a Decky tent, and then we'll bring down equipment. So then volunteers that come there will check in and grab stuff to clean the downtown. Water Street bid has the opportunity to do some promotions or sales to get people in your businesses that day. So if they participate in the cleanup, maybe they get 10% off, or maybe you're doing some on your bid. Let's see what else. Mostly that's downtown stuff. Other than that, we're still kind of finalizing our contract with the city of Eau Claire. We're in our last round of it, according to our chair today. She said she had another conversation and they're working out the last detail. So that's happening. Basically, we need that in place before we get any of the payout from the city's contribution to Decky. And so we really want to get that done by the end of February, because that was what the amendment called for from council, is payments in February and August. So we're going to stick to that schedule. Just recently got approved to be the service provider for North Barstow bid. So they're the first and only bid at this point that's seeking to work with Decky as their service provider to like pay out on vendor contracts and handle that stuff. So they'll basically be turning over, maybe it's like 75% of their budget to us to handle the operation. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, website update, that was the other thing. So Joe Miller had asked today about website stuff. And just to update you guys, we have been working on building a member directory not wanting to cross over with what Physical Care is already doing. So we're working collaboratively with them to make sure that what we provide is something a little bit different. That's kind of why I told you about this today. So basically we're gonna have filters turned on so people can search by bid or district. So if they wanted to look at Water Street businesses, and it's specific to Ducky member businesses that are on our directory. So we're considering on the Water Street tab, like specific section on bids that we would have a or a bid directory of businesses. And then, it's possible it would link, somewhere else. We're still gonna figure that out. But it could also sort by like shopping and dining or health and wellness or body, whatever, beauty. So we're working on that. We're probably gonna push it live. The Water Street and North Barstow businesses we have, we're still, probably West Grand, we're still working on South Barstow because the information we have is just outdated and there's so much turnover. So that will be coming up. The other thing to think about for you guys is what you want represented there. We pulled up our archival website that was before we had turned over the reins to Visit Eau Claire, and we're able to like see some of the information that we had before. And specifically looked at bid information today and what you guys had. So it's going to be a list of your directors, contact information, and the projects you work on, a map of the bid. And then at that point, we'll list directories. And then if you have any events coming up, we'll post those there as well. Events and opportunities. So I think we came really far in the year that we have building the website, and now it's going to be going through and tweaking all of the little pieces. And so it's a priority for us to get the bid stuff up. And then build out that directory piece more significantly for you guys. I could talk forever. That's it. I'm really tired. A lot of meetings. This is my gauntlet week. That's the other thing that we decided to move all of its meetings to the first week of the month, which I think is a good idea next week and the week after. I'm going to be very happy about that. But thanks for a really heavy meeting.
I would say that the second meeting yesterday was the first second meeting that was 90% about Decky's mission
Yeah.
and 10% about like operations and nonsense, which was 180-degree flip-flop in the past 2 years. So
Yeah, it's
good things.
slowly, working itself out. Obviously, we knew that at this point we wouldn't be, January 1st wasn't gonna hit and all of a sudden it was gonna be like totally different. What I will say is like, slowly pieces are getting whittled away. We still have our core function that we need to work on. Some clarity is coming in place. And so I am really excited to like get to Ducky's quarter. But I do realize, Decky, might have been you that's, yeah, it was you. Decky does a lot of good stuff. We do a lot of like really complex different things that aren't necessarily like outwardly visible to everyone. All important stuff, but our depth of staff, 1.75 is not nearly enough staff for what we do. So we're really looking at ways to generate different streams of income, grants, fundraising opportunities, things like that, to be able to kind of extend our payroll a little bit. I think you mentioned it's really about core staff that we're going to need at some point when we're writing for grants. And it's just really hard to be doing all of the policy type back end stuff. And then also throw events and really pay attention and curate events that are meaningful for downtown residents and businesses. So we keep backburning the event stuff, even though like Matt and I can pull it together pretty quick, but we really like to invest our creative energy there more. Hopefully have businesses see value in that, but soon enough.
I think for us too, like, if we got an operating agreement similar to like what North Barstow has, we figure out what exactly we want for the administrative thing.
Mhm.
It'll make the ability for the volunteer bid board members to do more productive things
Yeah.
rather than sit around and debate policy and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, now Decky's just managing this. They need help getting a dunk tank. No worries. I know a guy with a dunk tank in his shed. That's where we get it downtown. We don't have to worry about spending $500 to hire a dunk tank because I just go pick it up on a trailer. Like, it's not a big deal. And if I'm not wasting all my time trying to figure out how to do things,
Yeah,
I can do things. So
and if you guys,
we're probably the bid that needs it the most.
yes, you definitely.
Because
will.
our structures, so.
I do want to do the event, the event in Water Street, but we're gonna need at least some input on how you want that to happen, but, and if May doesn't happen, we can shoot for October, but
They might be hard to come up with that.
that's my worry.
Yeah. We're talking around. Opening a business on first Saturday, right?
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know.
We have a wall framed up today.
Was that it? All right,
Becky's good.
public comment? All right, we'll skip
You wanna
that
go
or move on.
Bartenders next door to come chat with us.
Yeah. City update, so council next week, Monday, public comment will be, the parking study again. Council did ask for a second public comment being, there were only 4, maybe 5, if that, people showed up last time for public comment on it. So for the parking study, so they wanted to give another opportunity. The parking study will be voted on Tuesday. It doesn't say that the recommendations in the study are gonna be done. It's just saying, yep, the parking study's done. We're not asking you to do anything else. We acknowledge the parking study. And then once they do that, then we'll start working with the public, having public meetings, working through policy and what it'll look like going forward for parking, downtown. So if you have thoughts, come Monday, or you can always email your council, people also, with comments. So Monday, public comment, Tuesday, they vote. Also, the packet just came out, the resolution, regarding the bids, is in there. The basic comment on it doesn't really, like title thing doesn't tell a whole lot. So I would recommend reading through the resolution, and everything, but, it's resolution in support of Eau Claire business improvement districts and continuing a culture of collaboration in service of downtown businesses, downtown patrons, Eau Claire tourists, and all of Eau Claire. So I would recommend reading through that. They did, also put a public hearing on Monday for that, for the public to come speak to it before they consider it on Tuesday. So, parking study and this on Monday for public comment, and then both of them, consideration for a vote on Tuesday. Other than that, I don't know that there's really, much else that
Can we
we.
send that whole the document on that resolution full board just in case anyone's want?
I can send you the
Did
link,
you already?
the link for it.
Yeah, but just, and not me, I have it,
Is it?
but
This
you
is
should send it
packet
full board
somewhere.
just in case they want, if anyone has an opinion, they wanna come on Monday and
It's
talk.
attached to the
At
calendar
least,
meeting.
you know,
So not
Yeah,
on the agenda.
it's on the,
Yes.
it's posted on the website,
If you want to
with
just
all
see-
council meetings are always posted on our website with, the full packet, so it's all out there.
Wonderful.
is there do you guys have like a email group that's just every bid board member of all 4 bids?
We
So you could just blast out, hey, here's the link to this thing that's going on Monday at council that involves the bids.
I would recommend getting signed up to where you get alerts for those, because I would hate to send one and then if something else
Check
comes
it.
up and they're like, well, why didn't you tell
Right.
us this was coming up? And we're like, well, I guess we didn't.
Can you
And
send
we,
something
I don't
that tells
even
people
look at what.
how to get the alerts?
Yep.
Because
Yep.
like we've already said, they better check their emails or their Facebook, or their TikTok, or their DMs, or
Tic-tac.
whatever it is.
Sorry.
That was,
Yeah.
you say, yeah.
And they
My
do,
buddy's TikTok famous.
they do come to email. So when they're posted, you can sign up for different types, different ones, and then they come
Yeah.
through to email.
Just let
Yep.
everyone know, here's how you get these notifications, and maybe if 3 of the 50 different bid board members see it, then someone will show up and at least give their opinion.
Yeah, and that'll be, we'll work on it Monday, because we're out until Monday after this meeting, and I am not working tomorrow. Matter of fact, I might go ice fishing for my first time, so. But, I think that's all the city updates, but we'll get something out next week about how to sign up for alerts. And there could always be stuff like plan commission that may be of interest to the bids.
Yeah, isn't it like a form where you check off the ones you're interested in? So
Yeah.
like you don't
Yeah.
have to get,
Right.
you know, the streets update
Yeah.
or whatever.
City manager newsletter is probably a good one to
Yeah.
get, because it has a bunch of different information about
Because
different
I
things
get
going
that.
on.
I get- That's like the city manager report.
Yeah, weekly.
Anybody else? Do you get it?
I'm not sure, I get
It's like
something,
an email from Stephanie with a whole bunch of.
I get some like eggs and something.
That's, yeah, it's from the chamber, yeah. Yeah, so I'll send that out and maybe highlight some of the ones that would be probably most important to you guys, council, plan commission, newsletter, Hawk, maybe, but probably not,
We need somebody.
Bike Ped.
Click on it, it's into it.
Yeah, Bike Ped might be of interest to you guys if there's ever anything, you know, it could be one of those that are hit and miss of interest. Sustainability could probably be hit or miss interest to you guys, but everybody can check their own on what they want updates on. So, and if you check them all, you will get an update on everything, and then that leads to delete. So, yeah, becomes spammy. Not saying that everything that goes out isn't important, but it's important to different people. Other than that, I don't think we have any other updates.
I have an announcement. Tangled Up in You is celebrating 16 years tomorrow. And we're doing a pop-up. You can print your own t-shirt. We have 4 designs ready to go. So if you're interested in the artist screen printing, you want to come in. But we have sales and deals going on, and we can't believe we've made it in the art bracket after 16 years.
Congratulations.
Also, it's Banbury Art Crawl this weekend, so more people will be in town down doing that art crawl thing. You guys are interested Friday night and Saturday day. Check out Banbury Art Crawl. But you live out of town, so you don't have to come in, it's not starting. It's just gonna be stretchers.
I used to live, like, for years, we lived right downtown here. Kind of miss it, but then I don't miss it.
Where are you right now?
We live in Owego. So yeah, we lived on Hudson Street, and so we weren't college kids, and we had, our kids and stuff, and they would do the parade and shut down every street, couldn't get home. couldn't
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
Then for area, those things, but I can't live down here anymore.
I have a few friends that live in, Randall Park area, but more college housing, mixed residents, and they kind of, they finally are like, yeah,
Yeah, I just can't.
Too
do
much.
it anymore.
Any other announcements?
The Main Street Awards, March 13th,
or 12, maybe 13.
13th. Yeah. Manon.
Menominee. We'll do that. Or take me for a beer.
Pretty sure I'm getting an award because I was told that I was requested and then my ticket was free. And I was like, oh, so I have to buy my ticket.
Oh, we're gonna get a cruise.
So I'm assuming I'm getting something, but who knows, maybe not, maybe I'm just getting a free ticket. But yeah, those are at Mabel. Be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time. Best of is this
All the
weekend,
other
the season
things,
ticket. We didn't fire.
Last time I went was in Chippewa. And that was like,
Fun.
it would have been the year, that we would have been 2019. Because we got the award for the best remodel under 50 grand. They did our whole building.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
thank you. Now I'm gonna get the best remodel for
Now you're
way
just,
over 50 grand. for a
multiple
tiny little
newer.
building.
just do so many businesses. All right.
All right,
Yeah,
nothing else then.
cool.
Have a great evening. Don't blow away going home, Jeff.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys have to.
you do.
Well,
And I just want to pick my kid up, because I use Lake Winona as my shortcut, because there's